Hello and welcome to Aram Presents Humans of Izerbi Episode 4. Today we have with us not one but two guests, and both of them can be considered as a wonderful example of women in science. Our first guest for today's podcast is Divya Reshmi TR from 2015 batch. She is an ES major and possesses great leadership qualities. She was the batch representative for 3 consecutive years, an ex ASIC coordinator, and also the SAC president for the year 2018-19. She also coordinated Prayas for 2 years and specifically RAA for 1 year. We welcome Divya Reshmi Di to this platform. So, how are you?
Hi Dipendra. I'm
Hello.
good. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so Corona status is good at your place, right?
Uh, Unfortunately, the cases has increased.
Okay, recently.
Just in my it was just in my locality, like close to 5 kilometers from here. We have 8 cases confirmed just yesterday itself.
Okay. So let's hope that things will get better as time passes on.
Yes.
That's what we can do. Okay. So moving on to our next guest for today's episode. She's a multi-talented biology major from 2015 batch, Fatima Afzal. She's an iGEM bronze medalist and ex-book club coordinator for 3 consecutive years. She also participated in IASM 2016 and became SAC Vice President for the year 2018-19. Along with Divya Reshmidi, she also coordinated Prayas for 2 years and specifically RAA for 1 year. Fatima Di, I welcome you to this podcast. How are you doing?
Hi, thank you, Reese. How are you?
I'm completely fine. Okay, so I hope everyone who is listening to this podcast is safe and healthy. So let's start with the conversational part. I have prepared few questions for both of you. So okay, the first question is for you. I was going through your CV and I found a very deep and I must say a beautiful line that the sole purpose of life should be usefulness rather than happiness. So I think I was not able to understand it completely. So can you please elaborate that particular line?
Yeah, sure. So the very first time when Dipendra asked me to submit a CV for Humans of ISAB, I mean, I wanted it to be not the formal CV that we submit for,
Hmm.
other purposes. Also, it should be something that a person who is interviewing should, hold on to and understand, and he should be comfortable with it too.
Yes.
So, in a manner, it was written for from a reader's perspective, uh, to catch hold of him or her with the CV, and make him sit and read it
Hmm.
thoroughly. And fortunately, Dipendra was cooperative in that way in reading it.
Okay.
So thanks to Dipendra for reading through the CV at least.
It was fun. Yes.
Yeah, so in the CV, as he mentioned, there was one statement which also caught my attention too, wherein I mentioned about the sole purpose of life as usefulness rather than happiness. To me, this is a very personal, you know, perspective, and it's just recently that I got to inculcate this in myself and consider this as a goal in itself. The reason being, I believe happiness can never be anyone's goal for life. Therefore, it is something that cannot be achieved also.
Hmm.
Rather, usefulness, on the other hand, can be set as a goal. Just consider everyday scenario. When was the last time you were useful to yourself? When was the last time you were useful to your family,
Hmm.
your neighborhood, or anyone around you? And what was the ultimate result that you got out of being useful in any manner? From very silly doing household chores to anything, social commitment, social responsibility, whatever you call it. So, to me, the purpose of life is not to be happy, rather, happiness is a byproduct
Hmm.
of being useful, and it will be followed once we are all useful.
Yes.
And this is very personal to me. The purpose of life is useful, to be honorable, to be compassionate, to have it as a goal. and to make some difference in our society. So yeah, and like being useful is rather considered as a mindset,
Hmm.
and like every other mindset, it has to start from a decision from within. So from most of my activities from campus or life so far, I've been fortunate enough to have been useful in some part at least. You know, being a
Huh.
contributor to the society from my side, to me that's a great achievement, and that is the reason why I would consider it as a goal in my life.
I think I completely agree with your point of view, and especially that particular line that happiness is a byproduct of being useful. That
Yeah.
line is literally very beautiful line. Okay, so moving on to the next question, and it is from Fatima Di. You worked for a long time with Prayas, and I mean both of you worked for a long time, but this question is for Fatima Di particularly. Which is the most satisfying work or your favorite project? I must say, uh, you were a part of under Prayas. In Prayas, you were a part of your favorite project.
Well, to choose a single project out of all the activities that Prayas has carried out is very difficult. First of all, in Prayas, we have got a very strong and dedicated team who did not come in with the hope of getting a certificate once you complete your service within Prayas. But
Hmm.
instead, you have come together because you feel passionate about being able to do something for the society, even
Hmm.
to create a smile in the face of the other person standing in front of you. That is it. So that is
Hmm.
the kind of motivation the entire team stands for. And secondly, each and every activity that we undertake, it's like it brings kind of a satisfaction within you at the end of the day. Once you do it, or once you go together as a team and get involved in, you get a lot of happiness, like Divya said, by being useful. So that is the
Hmm.
kind of relation that we have with Prayas. But to choose one single project, maybe I would choose the recent visit that we had from Prayas to the old age homes and orphanages around Bhopal. And this was
Okay.
also my first visit uh, to these places. So there is an old age home, Asra in Bhopal, to which we had been a little regular. Went there more than one time. Even during the last Diwali, we had been to there. So actually, we have got a mother there. Her name is Kamala, and
Oh
she
wow.
remembers our face as well as our names from the very first visit. That every other time we visited, she would come and hug us and take us to her area. I mean, it's not room, but in a single room, you will see different beds which are designated for each person. So she'll take us to her place and talk to us, share whatever has been happening on daily life for her, and even bless us, and even cry at the end, and would ask us
Oh.
to visit again. So there has been a lot of such incidents. Like on the second time, I guess when we visited, she said that she saw us in her dream.
That
I
was
guess
one shocking experience for both of us.
she was describing it completely. I mean, those kind of bonds and those kind of relations that you get from places which you have never expected, or even the people you even have not thought about it. I mean, those kind of things really stay close to your heart. And hence, I would say that is a bit more special to me. And I'm really going to miss her. And sure, we are going to really miss her once we leave Bhopal.
Okay, continuing with Fatima Di, you also participated in iGEM and your team managed to be on the third position among colleges from all over the globe. And so, how was your experience with your team at Boston? And what was the reaction after the victory? So, was it expected from the consistent effort, or was it a complete surprise for all of you, for the team?
Well, definitely being a part of iGEM was a great, adventurous, and even life changing, I would say. Because
Hmm.
at the point when we joined the team to be a part of IGM, I don't think most of us had almost any idea about what IGM is gonna be or how much of efforts that we would have to put through. But all those 6, 8 months we had been apart, we learned a lot from the very point of doing your experiments, doing your cloning and troubleshooting it, to finding sponsors, to writing project proposals, to collaborations, to outreach programs where you have to go out to the reach out to the schools in Bhopal. So it had been great. We had learned a lot through this journey, and I'm very thankful to Lavanya ma'am for having introduced this idea, and even our PIs, Vineet sir, Chandan sir, and our
Hmm.
instructors, Sandeep sir, as well as Ankit Gupta. So they had been very helpful. And thankfully, our institute also sponsored us even to attend Giant Jamboree at Boston. And
Hmm.
it was great because there you get to see teams from big universities that you have in mind, like whether it's MITs or Harvards. Students come in and you get to speak to them, ask them how was their journey by being a part of IGM, how did they carry out their project, their outreach, collaborations. So this interaction was great. And indeed, yes, the when we went for Boston, indeed we were aiming for the gold. So
Okay.
the experience with the judges were also really good. They also gave very good feedback. But then
Hmm.
in IGM, the gold or silver or bronze, it's based on certain criteria. It's not like a single team will grab these positions, but
Oh.
teams will grab these positions once they have. There's a checklist kind of. So once you have satisfied those things, and also you're able to convince the judge, because judges will also be comparing your projects with the other projects, right, from other teams. So it depends on all those criteria. But we were very happy when we got bronze because it's not like we
Okay.
went there empty hand and came back,
Huh.
but we were able to get which, and that too in the very first chance. And it was very happy moment for us. And indeed, we saw around Boston as well because our presentation was on the very first day, and hence we skipped a few days in between later on to see around Boston.
So you coordinated RAA for 1 year. Do you recall any hilarious moment with the kids?
You should ask it to the kids if they recall any hilarious moments with us, because um, RA was not the starting when we did this teaching kind of activity.
Hmm.
When we joined Prayas in back in 2015, we had Shiksha Kendra
Yes.
behind the boys' hostel, behind
Yes.
Hostel 5 area.
Now it is the
That
badminton
building,
court.
yes, that
Huh.
building was there. I don't know how many of you guys have seen it,
Huh.
but it was a very small building, one room, and there is a small washroom kind of facility outside, but it rarely works. So there is that Shiksha Kendra, and that is where the kids of the construction workers came and they got their uh, primary schooling from our side.
Hmm.
The
Okay.
register was also helpful enough to appoint permanent teaching staff over there who took care of all the activities of the kids, and the kids were also particularly regular there. So when we joined in 2015, we had that experience with Shiksha Kendra. It was later, 2 years later, that we moved on to coordinating RA activities.
Hmm.
And I should say hilarious moments were always with our Hindi. And it was
Yeah,
back then
there.
it was
I don't
really
think the kids.
embarrassing.
Hmm.
It was really embarrassing for both of us. We both faced that issue back then. I mean, uh, it's not that we do not know how to speak in Hindi, but when it comes to Shuddha Hindi,
Shuddh Hindi,
like,
local Hindi. I must say local Hindi. Huh.
like I don't know how many of you guys know the Hindi of photosynthesis or respiration
Of
or global warming, or
of course
I
not. Huh.
mean, I do not. It's embarrassing from my side that even I do not know the Malayalam of these said words, maybe. So it's really a shameful thing, but back then it was really embarrassing. And
Hmm.
right now, I mean, I answer it to be a hilarious one,
Okay.
because we did not know what to say, how to teach, and all. And it was the junior representatives in Prayas who helped us with all these things.
Huh.
And the thing with Prayas is, um, within Prayas there is no senior junior, nothing of that sort.
Hmm.
Although they refer us as the or bhaiya, we do not have
Hmm.
that age difference. We do not show that within Prayas.
Hmm.
And that kind of ego never existed at all, and we were always happy to give them a stage, give them a chance to interact with these kids or other people, etc.
Okay.
So it was the juniors who helped us with all this Hindi and getting along with these people and everything. In the RA days also, we had to coordinate for the vehicle and
Hmm.
get the vehicle booked one day prior. So every Sundays when we go, every Saturdays when we go, we have to get the vehicle booked prior. We have to create Excel sheets to get the number of student volunteers going correctly, and it was a tedious task also.
Hmm.
And the people who started, Shruti di, Bhagishri di, who have all passed out of the campus right now, but they were really helpful in showing us all these things to us, our juniors, everyone.
Hmm.
And yes, it was the linguistic
Ah,
difficulties that was hilarious for me
okay, okay,
right now when I think of.
okay. So moving on to
Because at some point you also turn helpless. It may not be the words of photosynthesis or such scientific words, but sometimes it could be even the small things. The kid would come to you and ask you for something, and you would be entirely clueless because you did not understand what he meant.
Exactly, like
Yeah,
it's not about their accent or slang. Maybe they might be talking correctly, but it's our it's a mistake from our side that we are not able to understand what he's
but
saying.
but you can always say na that go to that bhaiya who is
Yeah, of
standing
course,
there.
that's
Go
what
to
we do at the end of the day, right? Like
yeah.
we are
That's
helpful.
how we manage somehow.
okay.
That's the reason why I think we have comparatively less number of South Indian students in, not Maharashtrians, I would say, but the other part of the South India. Because one thing is because of this linguistic issue. But I should tell you guys, uh, it's not always, language is not just always about these words you speak or what you write or anything of that sort. Communication can happen by other means also, right? And it's not just a one man effort that is going into RA or Prayas or anything of that sort. It's a
Hmm.
collective, a combined effort. So you one doesn't have to hesitate because of their linguistic disabilities or anything of that sort.
Hmm.
We did have that barrier initially, but when we came forward, when we started getting involved in this system very much, it's later that we realized that language is not just about these words and
Yes.
um, how we speak or write or read. It's more than that. So
Hmm.
sometimes we even communicate without words, right? So
Hmm.
it was all then that we learned about all these things.
Think we have to move to Fatima D now, and there's a question for her from her that many students are still not aware of the work that book club do, because I think you understand the fact that compared to other cultural clubs, book club is not that famous. So you coordinated book club for 3 consecutive years. So would you like to give us the brief functioning of book club? How does it operate and how to contact the students in charge? How does it all work in the book club? I mean, a brief functioning.
Finally, we had a room for it, as well as quite a few amount of books, which were mostly donations from faculties like Shankarja as well as Arundhati ma'am.
Hmm.
So we had a fully functional room for book club, and book club usually functions from Monday to Friday, 8 to
Okay.
9 p.m. You can find the coordinators there who will issue you books. So you just have to take a membership, and that will last you for a semester. And I think it lasts for an year if you take a membership. So that's how you can issue 2 books at a time. So in the beginning, it was just maintenance of records and opening book club that was going on. The first activity that the book club did out of this was conducting book review competition. And
Okay.
indeed, the number of participants was very less. We got a few entries, but still we had entries to go ahead with. And that was the first activity. Later, we conducted an activity called binge reading, which found huge success, I should say, because at least 25 to 30 students used to turn up for each session, and
Hmm.
they used to come to book club, take books and read throughout the night, and you'll be given free coffees and biscuits. You just sit there
Oh.
and read, and even there were some sessions in between to make it more interesting, and most students did turn up, and hence we had put up more than one sessions for binge reading. And right now, I guess literary circle is being organized by the current coordinators, which is also going quite good. And while talking about the number of members, I should say that it's not that there are no members to the book club, but with each year there would be a certain group of students who are still wants to come to the book club and read a book in hand, because in the current digitalized world you can always easily access a PDF in your mobile phone rather than take the effort to come, issue and read a book in your hand. But you should also realize that beyond a point, having a book in your hand and reading gives you a very different feeling rather than just scrolling in your phone. So we do still have some members. We cannot force everybody to read, but at least some of the plans we had in mind with respect to book club were conducting a book fair. But for that, we need to contact local vendors so that they would come up to ISER Bhopal with the books that could be sold lesser than their actual price, like maybe second-hand books. And also, there are sellers who sell books for at least half of the price of the book. So activities are still being planned, and I still have hope with the book club. Yes.
So moving on, we have one more question from Fatima Di. You also participated in IISM 2016 in short put. So for those who don't know what IISM is, it is Inter-ISER Sports Meets. So what is the best part of ISM for you? The best part for ISM in one or two line.
Oh, the best part of IISM is traveling with the entire contingent from ISER Bhopal. Because when you're in school, you go out for fests and all. But when you come to ISER, most of the activities are done kind of inside ISER only. So you do not get that spirit. But during IISM, you go as a whole team and cheer for ISER Bhopal. I mean, that kind of feeling of oneness is very great. I mean, it brought a lot of happiness to me. I'm happy that IICM, the cultural meet, also we have begun to participate, and I'm sure this kind of feeling even you would have got, right, Divendra? Even you were a
Not
part
at
of
all.
it.
Not at all. I will say we had a journey of 3 days, almost 3 days.
Oh yeah.
That is not at all fun, and that also in sleeper.
What do you mean it's not at all fun, Deependra?
I mean, it is fun, but see, traveling for 5 hours, 8 hours, or a day is different, and traveling for 3 days is completely a different scenario.
Yeah, maybe you
It's
can't
it's
argue
not about the
about,
travel,
yeah,
but
you can't argue
it's not
about
about
the
the travel,
style of
but the
travel with
feeling.
people who come from Kerala and Tamil Nadu, okay?
Oh, yes, I take my words back.
And the other way also,
Yes, yeah,
upward.
obviously. The Northeast peoples, yes.
Because it's not just about the travel but the feeling. I mean,
Yes.
you go as a team and you cheer for your team
Yes,
and you go and watch
exactly.
each other's events. It's a different place, right?
Hmm.
So
And
when you
I
go
think
to a different place, obviously you'll all be together.
it's just this sports council with which we can get involved in this kind of a scale, right? With
Right.
people from every state, juniors, seniors, faculty, staff, everyone coming together and helping. That's a whole new experience.
So I have this question for Fatima, the continuing with this question only. So why you didn't continued with IISM?
Oh well,
Yeah, even I
I
have
was
this
not much
question.
prepared.
Huh?
I was not much prepared for the IASM when I participated. I mean, I just went and gave a trial for shot put as well as throw ball. Throw ball I did not take part because the next year throw ball was removed from IASM. Luckily or unluckily.
Okay. So
And then I don't know, maybe in third year I also had IGM, and even at the time I was also about to take part in SAC because of that.
mhm. Okay. So I must say that was a very informative conversation, and this is the end of this part. And let's move to the next part of this podcast, the fun round. And I have some questions for both of you, and we will start with Fatima the first. Okay. The first question is, if not ISRB, then in which college you would like to be?
Oh, I have no idea because
You,
at least in Kerala, it's like once you are done with 10th, then either you go into the medical stream if you have chosen biomaths, otherwise engineering stream mostly if you go into maths computer, otherwise commerce and other options. But mainly these two areas, medical, engineering. And I too had chosen biomaths, and hence I also went for entrance coaching for medicine. And definitely I did not like it. But even then, in the first attempt, could not get any college. So naturally the choice would be to join one more year for repeat so that you get to try once again. And even I almost joined an entrance coaching center, and I was staying there at the time ICER results came. So
Okay.
I was like, I did not have any aim in life, kind of, you would say. Like, I want to become this person, kind of. I never had such thing. But
Okay.
when the option of ICER came, my main motto was somehow getting out of the entrance coaching center and going somewhere. I mean, I just wanted to go join somewhere. That's how I ended up in ICER Bhopal. But I must say, after coming here, in
Okay.
all these 5 years, I never regretted my choice. I'm sure if there was a dream college for me, that would have been ICER Bhopal, definitely.
Okay. Huh. Okay. So the next question for Fatima Di is: did you ever got scolded from teachers or professors for any reason?
Oh, yes, definitely. I mean, if you consider my school, yes, I have got scolded, and I have been asked to get out of the class for not learning the portions on time or even coming late to class. While in ICER Bhopal, it would have been when you score very less in exams, or yeah, mainly for that, or even you did not submit an assignment or time, like on those kind of things.
Okay. Okay.
Definitely.
So the next question for Fatima Di is: one piece of advice for junior Mallus.
Well, one piece of suggestion that I would give, not just to the Mallu group or to any other groups, whether it's based on linguistic or cultural backgrounds, because there is a tendency once you come to ICER and you meet similar people, you tend to form a group there, right? So one suggestion that I would give is to interact outside that, because
Okay.
you know the people who have been from your same place or following your same language, but you also need to get out of that, that cocoon and interact to various other people as
Exactly.
well. Because it ICER Bhopal, you have been very fortunate to study with such people. I mean, it's not just the people who come from the same place, but also coming from various different parts of India, from various different cultural backgrounds. So I would really ask the junior students to interact more outside the group, so that you get to share what you know as well as to learn what the others
Yes.
know.
Okay. So choose. Okay. The next question is: choose one on any criteria, and then you have to give the reason for your choice. The first part is ideation or night mess.
Nightmares. I know that would be a little bit contradictory, because especially most of the juniors have seen ideation more, but maybe because nightmares also was the first kind of thing that happened at ICER long way
Okay.
before ideation, and then
Okay.
also the kind of food that we get at nightmares, I like it more. Yeah.
Quality, definitely quality of night mess is far better than the ideation. Okay. So next part is novels or academic books.
Novels. I
So
mean, there
much
is
obvious.
nothing to even think about it. Suppose
Okay.
there is an exam tomorrow and you keep before me a novel as well as the academic book, I would definitely go for the novel.
The
Okay.
other thing
Yeah.
that could, there are many common things between me and Fatima. First thing is the food habits
Huh.
and the food, you know, likes and dislikes.
Huh.
We don't like healthy stuff. And
Okay.
the second most common thing between us would be the books, of course.
You have many
And
things in common. Many things in common, right?
yeah, of course, it was, I think it was too late that we realized that we had so much in common. It was maybe after second year, I guess we talked a little.
Yes.
Well, it was only after getting into SAC we got too close. And right now it's like, it's very cool to talk with her also. Like the conversations are pretty good enough.
Okay. Moving to the next part of this column, I must say. Okay. This might be a bit tough one for Fatima Di. I'm just giving you the options. You have to choose one on any criteria, right?
Sure.
Okay. President or vice president?
President.
Why?
I mean, it's not just about the position, but it's about, like for example, the president that I have seen more close was the Veeraswamy. So, suppose when you are in the middle of a room with a group around you to listen to you, the kind of communication skills or the kind of charisma that you require to speak out the necessary things, as well as to convince people, to inspire them. I mean, those kind of skills is what I admire really in a president, because you require it at multiple positions, at multiple places, whether it's in front of dosa or in front of the general public meeting where the student body gathered. That kind of a skill is very much required from the president, and that kind of
Okay.
responsibility that resides with him. So, president.
Okay, the next question is the best council in ISRV.
First of all, there is no best and worst councils in ISAB. All of them are, on the same level with one another. And every day, within every day, they improve their activities. They become more connected. They become more they develop their activities every single day, one way or the other, and they get popularized within the student community within a short span of time.
Yes.
And there is a great reach also from every council. So in a way, one cannot say which is the best and the worst council, but if I'm given a choice to select a council of my interest or anything, maybe I would go with the sports council, because like Fatima had already pointed out, Isa Bhopal is a community where you have not just one specific group, right? It's people from different states, different cultures, different linguistic backgrounds, almost everything, food habits to your normal, everything is different. So in such a community, if there is something that can bring together all these groups, it would definitely be sports, a common language, sports.
Okay.
So that way, the sports
Fair
council
enough.
has done a good enough job. And like she pointed out also, the culture of inter-ISER sports meet has become more and more it's gone more deeply into students recently. It's not just the trained final year students or the trained students of the senior batches who are going, but equally the first year students, the junior students, postdocs, everyone are going, or they're all getting involved together. And at that point of time, you don't have any differences, you don't see any differences within your peers in any perspective, be it state, be it the language, the food habits, anything of that sort. We are all connected that way. So the sports council would be my personal choice.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, moving on to the next question. Which celebrity, any celebrity, you would love to have as your roommate?
Celebrity as my roommate. Okay, I can't choose men, right?
Obviously.
Yeah, unfortunately, also. But I don't know. I'm not too much of a celebrity. You mean just celebrity in the?
Any celebrity, all are included.
Okay.
Including famous authors, including famous artists. Actors.
Maybe I could. Yeah, if I get a chance, I would keep Kamala Suraya as my roommate if I have a chance. I don't know how many of you guys know Kamala Suraya. She is a famous Malayalam author, novelist, and she is at some point. I find many things similar to her, so I could easily keep her as a roommate, maybe.
Okay. Moving on to the next question. Do you recall any embarrassing or hilarious moment on stage?
Yes, definitely on stage, particularly the L5 stage. I don't know if you guys have recognized the curtains, on stage curtains. They are really difficult for one person to, especially the host, the anchor. It's difficult for them to get out of the stage once done with the speech or whatever.
We have witnessed it many times.
Exactly. And it happens every single time. Like, no matter how experienced you are on L5 stage or no experience at all, it's all the same. I mean, that stage possesses that much dominance over you at times. And no matter how good an orator or anchor or a presenter you are, you would really get embarrassed on that stage with this
Obviously.
curtains on.
Ah.
It's difficult to get out of the stage. So yeah, I did have one. The embarrassing moment started back in from 2015 onwards. We had this Pick Mackey auditions for anchors. So back then Nanduri Srivatsasa was the cultural council secretary, and she handed over the mic and she went on with the we went on with the anchoring. But then ultimately we could not figure out how to get out of the stage, and we had to lift the curtains up from bottom and then go out, and it was very late that we figured out that there is the opening at the center.
Okay.
And for those who do not know, it's just exactly at the projector setting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
For
So
us, that the time has ended right now. Final year, fifth year, we are all out of campus. For those who are still going to be on stage, some
Okay.
sort of help.
It might be. Okay. Choose one on any criteria and you can explain the criteria, the reason. Okay.
Okay.
Donating food, clothes, or donating money?
I would go with donating food and clothes. Of course, considering the need be. Because if it is based on this choice that I'm given, I would go with food and clothes as the first priority.
Okay. So this is the next segment. This is our next segment. With what title you would like to be remembered after you graduate from ISRB? You can only choose one, right? First we will go with Divya Reshmi, then Fatima Di. Divya Reshmi, the ex-SAC president, or Divya Reshmi, the ex-Prayas coordinator?
Divya Reshmi, the ex-Prayas coordinator. I would rather remove the X out of there because once in Prayas, always in Prayas. So
lifetime.
Divya Reshmi, the Prayas coordinator.
Okay, fine. This one is for Fatima Di. Fatima, IGEM bronze medalist, or Fatima, the ex-book club coordinator for 3 consecutive years?
Fatima, the IGM member, I would say. It does not have any offense to do with the book club, but I would keep IGM on there because IGM is something that taught us a lot. And like I said, it was a great journey, which even changed my interest and my prospects about how genetic engineering could be helpful for the society. So I would prefer IGM. Yes.
Okay. So I think we have come to the end of this episode, and it was lovely interviewing you both. Did you guys enjoyed it?
A lot.
A
It
lot.
was the first experience to both of us, right, Fatima? To you also, I guess.
Definitely. I mean, it's not like not a daily matter that someone calls me and asks for a podcast. I mean, yeah.
And
This is a first experience for me also. I am also interviewing someone for the first
good,
time.
nice enough.
I hope
Yeah.
it would have been a good experience for you.
Yeah, we are also
Obviously.
hoping that it's
Now I have gained, I must say, a bit of 5 years experience of Aizer Bhopal.
we
Okay.
are very much grateful if you got something good out of it.
Obviously,
Thank
I'm
you.
definitely going for RA at least for
Oh,
once,
God.
and then I think I might
Thanks a
continue.
lot.
Yes. Okay. And to all the guys out there, if you want to know how Prayas helps out people in need, so please follow to know that. Follow Prayas_ISRB. It is on Instagram and the link is in description.
And guys, please do visit Arambh_ICRB, their Instagram page, and do like, share, and subscribe. And to Arambh people, please do continue with this initiative because it's really great in these times.
Yes, and to all watching this video, please don't forget to visit the Cultural Council YouTube page. And of course, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to all their activities. And
Okay.
thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Thumbs up.